What's up, people? This is Jay Kentron coming to you guys this beautiful rainy night in Dallas. Definitely rainy night in Dallas. This is Jay Kentron, and I'm here with Off Mute. I'm off mute tonight, y'all. I finally stopped being so busy to where I could sit my behind down and record a live, a pre-record. But nonetheless, I'm here, and I hope you guys enjoy the information that I put out today, or tonight rather. It is November 4th, 2022. And I just wanted to come and touch on some things that's been going on in the news the past couple of weeks, even more so this week. And some things for the near future, I should say. We're going to be talking about Trump and his election bid, him talking about getting back into the election. I'm going to give you my opinions on that. Also, we're going to be talking about Kanye West and his shenanigans. Oh, Kanye's getting on my nerves, y'all. And, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the unexpected demise of TakeOff from the group Migos that happened this past week. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so me scrolling in the news as always. I saw a couple of articles, I might add, that Trump is thinking of jumping back into the election in 2024. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I feel about that. First of all, I honestly think he'll probably have a good shot at winning. Mainly because I really don't see what Biden has done. I really don't. I can honestly say that when Trump was in office, it was more beneficial for me. Not saying that I voted for him, because I surely did not. Just looking at it from a tax bracket standpoint, I benefited from Trump being in office. I can remember all the way back when he first was talking about getting into the races back when Obama was still president. And I just remember everybody took it for a joke because he, hung with the rappers. He always did that show, You're Fired, whatever the name of it is, I forgot. But, he was like a celebrity, reality celebrity type person, okay? Nobody took him seriously. Then he got in the race, started building momentum. People started losing their minds about him, and they voted for him. And then he was our resident Agent Orange for the time frame that he was there. Chaos and bullshit the entire time. Which kind of ties me into Kanye's shenanigans. Because, Kanye supported Trump. So when Kanye gets out there and he's doing all that rhetoric and all them little shenanigans and stuff, it just makes me feel like maybe this is a prelude or I guess you could say like a setup for Trump getting back in office. It could be. I mean, you never know. You don't know what the behind the scenery looks like. If anything, this app should have told you that. But there's a lot of things going on with Kanye, and it's like he's been in the news like, oh my God, for this past month with all the rhetoric and, making the anti-Semitic remarks about the Jewish people. Then I heard today several news sites that he paid someone paid him off in a lawsuit that they filed against him for those anti-Semitic remarks. So I'm just like, okay. But what really caught my attention with Kanye is a conversation that I keep hearing come up. It keeps coming up over and over and over again. It's like once he said it, he can't live this down. Okay? When he made the comments about slavery was a choice. Now, me being the person that I am, first of all, I definitely do not agree with that. Okay? Not at all. I think that was an ignorant remark. I think it was some total BS. And with everything that's been going on with him lately, the most recent thing is that he had something to say about Shaq, about his business matters and things of that nature, and who he's in business with. Okay, which has absolutely nothing to do with him, but he decided to speak on it. Which we can. We can speak on things. But he spoke on it, and Shaq felt some kind of way about it. Okay, so Shaq told him who he's in business with is none of his business. He should mind his own business. Okay, and I don't think he want to piss that big green giant off. Okay, let's see here. It says Shaq claps back. Shaq claps back at Kanye amid Twitter feud. You don't know me like that. I'm saying this. I'm imagining Shaq saying it. I'm trying to say it in my Shaq voice in my mind. It's funny. But let's click on this link and see what TMZ had to say about that. Okay. It says here that Shaq claps back at Kanye. It said the tweet didn't sit well with Shaq, who responded to Kanye writing, "Believe me, you don't know me like that. Worry about your business." And to quote the once great Kanye West, "I got more money than you, so why would I listen to you? take my advice. Get your family business in order and have a great day, brother. Okay. So Shaq, he had a little bit to say about that. But going back to what I was saying about the slavery situation that Kanye, the remarks that Kanye made. First of all, I don't agree with that at all. And I've had several heated discussions with people that that I talk to on a regular basis about the subject, right? So let's see here. He's definitely entitled to his own opinion. I'll say that. However, I'm entitled to disagree. Okay, or anybody else, they're entitled to disagree. Okay, so I don't believe that slavery was a choice. In fact, I know it wasn't a choice. And anybody with common sense would know that slavery was not a choice. Okay, look at it, you can look at it this way. He's saying pretty much that free labor of the slaves that the slaves endured was a choice. Okay, scratch my head on that. The way I look at it is like this, and this is something that I've argued with associates of mine, friends of mine, that when we talk about this subject here, my thoughts are this exactly, and you can quote me on this. If slavery was a choice, if it were true, then why the hell then people come and go as they please? If slavery was a choice, why didn't the slaves come and go as they please? Why couldn't they quit without repercussions if it was a choice? I mean, that's the way my mind works. If slavery was a choice, then they should have had the option to switch slave masters, jobs, plantations, quit altogether, whatever. And it wasn't a choice. It was a coercion, full of intimidation. So for him to say that was dumb on his part, as woke as he's supposed to be. Okay, so I don't buy that. That definitely was not a choice. It was a coercion. I think Kanye's mental capacity right now has been, since a long time, for a long time. I think his mental capacity has been off since his mom passed. I think he harbors a lot of guilt and overall sadness due to that, and I understand that. But I ain't lost my mind in getting on TV or YouTube or anything like that, saying all off kind of, off the wall stuff now. But let's just say this. Let's just pray for the brother that he gets some sense about him. And whatever it is that he's trying to convey with these little rants and outbursts and things like that, let's just hope that he gathers himself and comes back to his senses. Or whatever he's going through, let's just hope that and pray that he makes it through that, because he's been kind of spiraling off the grid for a while now. Honestly, I thought when he got with Kim K, and became a family man and started having kids and everything, I honestly thought that would mellow him out, but I guess not. So let's just pray that he gets it together. Okay. So, of course, our next story in the lineup, is about none other than TakeOff from the rap trio Migos, which turned into a duo with Quavo and TakeOff. As we all know, this past Monday, November 1st, TakeOff was murdered in Houston, Texas, after attending a birthday party at the 810 Billboards and Bowling downtown Houston. Okay, so what we know is that there are videos going around showing his demise, the before and after. What I found was, I put it like this. Somebody sent it to me. Me not knowing what it was, clicked on it. And as soon as I saw what it was, I clicked off because I didn't want to see that. I pray for his mom, his family, fans, friends, everybody who's hurting behind this situation. I pray for them. I hate that he went through that because he was, a young man. He hadn't even had kids yet. And he was always humble, like every time I saw Migos interview anywhere, he was the one that talked the least. And he always had the shades on, which made me curious to how, to see how he actually looked without the shades on, And he has really beautiful eyes when he take those shades off. Really beautiful eyes. And that's why when I did my little video earlier this week, I highlighted that. He had beautiful eyes. R.I.P. to TakeOff. So what I wanted to talk about from that was the interview that he did on Drink Champs, him and Quavo. It was very interesting, to say the least, and kind of eerie all at the same time. They talked about the new album, Only Built for Infinity. They used it was called Only Built for Infinity Links, and they used or paid homage, I should say, to the Cuban Links album. I believe that was from Wu-Tang Clan. And so during this whole interview, like, TakeOff did the most talking, which was surprising because it's normally Quavo and Offset that's doing all the talk and bragging or whatever in the interviews. So I just thought that was interesting. And the eerie part about it, it was like Nori just kept asking him, or them rather, about rap being the most dangerous job right now. And then they asked him, what other jobs do you think are dangerous? And Nori was like, the military and TakeOff, he kind of agreed with that. But it was just weary. I mean, eerie, weary, how the entire conversation, it was like TakeOff was vibrant. He was humble the whole time. He was very talkative. And that, like I said, that was something that I never seen in him. Okay. Then he went on to talk about, Nori that is, went on to talk about how Lil Boosie was on there like a week or so prior. And Boosie was saying that LA was the murder capital for rappers. And so I think I remember also Nori asking about their security and asking them, like, when they go to LA, do they have security, and things like that. And then they were like, yeah, we have security. And I found that to be an interesting point, that they would say that they have security and that the security's heads are always on the swivel when they're out. My thoughts was, why didn't you have that same, security in Houston Like, why is it that you guys felt so comfortable to go down there and, not have the same security, even if you were under Jay Prince, under their protection or whatever it was that all has been in the blogs talking about whatever Jay Prince offers. I don't know. I'm not getting into any of that. Okay. But whatever the situation, I feel like they should have still had security, and maybe this situation would not have happened like this, but an interesting point is that Quavo talked about the power of words, and the things that you speak, you manifest. And then TakeOff said he didn't like talking about death in any of their songs. And on the new album, the song Messy, he was saying something about getting shot or something like that. He referenced something like that. And just another song on their new album as well. And I just found that to be, weird. The whole interview was like, to me, it was kind of like a celebration for the Migos, but more so for TakeOff, because he was just expressing all the things that he wanted to do in the future, and it was just so weird hearing that, like watching the interview right now, knowing what's actually going on in real time. So I just said, man, it was just sad, to say the least. And I like the little quote that he made. Like, they were talking, and after Nori had referenced about rappers being the most dangerous job, he said that like at least 3 or 4 times throughout the entire interview parts that I watched. And then he asked about like their plans and how they approached being the Migos and the success level and all that. And I like what TakeOff said. He said that he keep his mind on plan A and don't lose sight of it, and he doesn't have a plan B. I like that, because sometimes I'm that way. Like, I think with that mindset, like, if you go into a situation thinking you're going to fail, you're going to fail. Okay? You should have the mindset of success. You're going to accomplish this, and you're going to complete whatever it is you set out to do. So I like that he made that little comment. And then he kept talking, just kept making references about his future. And that was, to me, at that point, that was when I had kind of like start scrolling through it. And then I eventually turned it off because Norio, big teeth ass, was getting on my nerves, talking too much, drinking too much, and just acting weird and goofy. So I just said, you know what? After about an hour of the interview, I just cut it off. Probably about an hour and 20 minutes. I cut it off. Then I also like what Quavo said. He cleared up the situation with my favorite group, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay. He cleared it up and said that they never had an issue with Bone, that his exact words was this: they hate us and we love them. At the time, what he's referring to is a couple of years ago, they were on a show in LA, and or just a radio show doing an interview, and they made the reference. Somebody asked them who's the best rap group of all time, and then of course they said themselves, the Migos. So Bone, particularly Busy, Cousin Busy, always Cousin Busy, took offense to that. And I would have to say that as a fan at the time, I took offense to that too, because I wasn't really into their music. Okay, I will be honest. I got into their music when Offset and Cardi B hooked up, when they got together. That's when I started. Like, I knew of them. I knew of their songs. Some of the songs I liked, like as far as the melody and stuff like that. The lyrics, back then, I would have to say that I used to think it was garbage because I couldn't understand what they were saying. But when, like I said, when Cardi B and Offset got together, that's when I started paying more attention to them, listening more to their music because she was featured on some of the albums and stuff. So yeah, and from that point, I became, like a little sideline Migos fan, But I'll never trade up Bone for anybody. Like, that is my group. I don't care, hands down. That's it. That's all. But I'm just so glad that Quavo cleared that up, because all this time between the fans, and Bone got some very dedicated fans, longtime fans. I'm one of them. But it was just it was interesting to see how the fans responded to it back then, and also interesting to see how Busy Bone and his musket, that big ass gun that he had in his hand, responded to it, and Lazy Bone. And I just remember Lazy Bone had words with him, one of the guys from Migos, and 21 Savage, and 21 Savage was talking about sleeping with his wife and all that type of stuff. It was just a big mess. But I'm really glad that in TakeOff's presence, and TakeOff agreed with Quavo, that they cleared it up, and they said that they love Bone, they love their music, that they had a problem with them, which I'm sure that wasn't the case, because Bone has always been very humble and accepting to anyone, their fellow rappers. Okay. So I think that, just like what Nori said, if they ever met Bone personally, because they said they hadn't met them, I think they would have all vibed together. They probably could have made some music together. They still can, with the existing members. But to say the least, I'm glad that Quavo cleared that up. And that whole interview, it was just sad. Just knowing what's going on right now. And like I said, again, I just pray for his family, particularly his mom. They had some updates on his autopsy. And let me see. It said that his manner of death was homicide with penetrating gunshot wounds to the head and the torso arm area. Okay. I mean, clearly, if you saw that video, you definitely knew it was a headshot. But what I want to do right now, I want to pull up the part in Drink Champs about Nori asking, let me see, Drink Champs. Let me pull it up. And I want to show that scene. Let me see. Where he's asking him about being a rapper and being dangerous and stuff like that. I just want you to hear what he said verbatim. Okay, so I'm going to do the necessary steps, mute my mic, share my screen, and let you guys hear it firsthand. Let's see here. Let's listen to music while I cue this up. Okay, so here they are. And we're gonna listen to this right now. Let's see. Let's take that off mute. Put that on mute so there won't be any echoes. Take the banner down, of course. And we go from there. Okay. And I'm going to put it on the big screen so you guys can see. And there we go.
Anybody doing, I don't know. Military? Yeah, military for sure.
Let me scroll it back just a little bit.
Life on the line.
Nori ass was getting on my nerves.
One of the last records we had, we did it in London. Yeah, we had a great time in London, as a matter of fact.
You know what's funny? That's somebody y'all could battle, Young Thug and Gunna.
Like, not a group.
They're not a group.
They're not a group.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Split this one.
It's not a group. They're not a group.
You got me on this.
I can't even
Try again.
I'm gonna take a shot for me losing this. Come on, my nigga. This is to my niggas. Salute. This is to y'all, man.
And Nori's just drinking too damn much.
By the way, y'all roll like President Obama.
Appreciate it.
Niggas had layers on top of layers. Come through here. I ain't gonna lie. I love it.
You got to.
I love it.
Okay.
And, by the way, taking y'all safety very serious. I like it.
Nah,
Got to.
that's important.
Do y'all feel rap is the most dangerous job in the world?
Yeah, one of them.
One of
for
them?
sure.
What else you think is one?
Anybody doing, I don't know.
Military?
Military for sure.
Yeah.
They risk it. Yeah, they putting their life on the line for sure. They don't know if they gonna make it home.
Right.
That's one of the. Yeah,
That's true, but you know what's crazy? Even with the military, not to take anything from them, because I don't want to do that. But at least you know how your enemy looks. Like when you're a rapper, somebody can hate you
That's
and
right.
not even tell you. Somebody could be around you and envy you.
like John. Yeah.
Sad, but
Like
true.
a fan. Yeah, what's Selena? You ever seen that
Selena.
story?
Yeah.
The person that killed Selena was her.
John
Lennon.
Lennon.
John Lennon. We just speaking about John Lennon. Word.
He come back from his house and they caught him in his right there going through the that's crazy.
Y'all ever had a stalker?
In the walkway.
Nah, I mean I ain't got no. Not that I know of.
My stalker cool and shit. Me and him.
I got all types of stuff.
Are you cool with your stalker?
No, I mean, he kept popping up. I was like, fuck
I
yeah,
just embrace the stalker because at this point I can't hurt a stalker. You can't hurt a stalker.
Yeah, because
You'll go to jail for hurting a stalker.
and by the way, you give the stalker all your information anyway.
Or you get
You know what I'm
hurt?
saying?
Yeah,
Or you gonna get hurt?
yeah. Holy shit.
I just hope the stalker don't hurt me.
No, but y'all like mosh pit niggas. Like when people go to y'all show, they like so there gotta be people just annoying.
But still, back in the day, they didn't know where he was. They didn't know where he was prior to him pulling up to the house or anything.
Right.
They know or if you post, they see you in the studio, you down there wherever you at. So it's like you gotta be careful with social media now. You gotta watch what you post and do stuff because even though you just trying to show off or just you know what I'm saying, show your fans stuff. It's people that follow you and watch you that got bad intentions and don't want the best for you. You feel me? Looking at your page and see you every day and be like, nah, I want to be him and want to be the same person. So you gotta watch it and it just that's why I don't even really post like that. Or if I do, I post after I left the spot.
We post tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
The next days.
The next day. You think I'm at a location, but nah, I'm at the crib.
I swear to God, today we leaving out. We getting on the highway. As soon as I get on the highway, I'll open my window. Just this much. UPS nigga was like, "What's up, Nori?" I said, "Holy shit!" But I swear to God, I just put the back down just this much, and he was sitting there like he was just waiting for me. And
How
I was
you
like,
feel about people like
That's crazy.
coming to put up TVs and shit in your house?
That's I ain't gonna lie. I'll never be there. I leave
Like
out.
hooking shit
I
up.
let my wife handle it.
I hate that
I let my wife handle it. I leave out. Try to take the plaques down. Like try to because one day I ordered Uber Eats. And the nigga just sitting there nigga just sitting there filming because like I live in a spot where you it's the condo you come out so you can see my plaques, but no one comes to my joint. This nigga, I'm sitting there looking at this nigga through the peephole. I'm like, I'm looking at this nigga through a ring. This nigga like, oh shit. And he start filming himself. He like, it's gotta be Dory House. I'm like, post that scary.
That's how it is with us.
Shit, nigga.
That's how it is with us.
Come on,
grass.
Y'all can't go nowhere.
Grass, the pool guy.
We'll have like
everybody.
Like
pool guy fucking with you.
The pool guy. Nah, he a rapper though.
And you know what, guys? In this interview, Quavo was the one that was the most quiet. Like, he was not talking as much as TakeOff. So that whole dynamic was just kind of strange.
Oh my god! But when he played it, it's like,
I'm in this right here.
that shit was hard. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna let him clean my food. Right?
But in conclusion, guys, let's hope. Let's do a little recap. In conclusion, so we talked about Trump putting his bid in for the 2024 election. I would like for you guys to drop in a comment and let me know what you think about that. Will you be voting for him? Do you agree with the policies that he put in place when he was the president and things that you think he might do moving forward? Do you think Kanye's behavior in the media plays a part with that? Do you think those two things are tied together? Because me personally, I do. I think Kanye is making noise, and then sooner than you think, Trump will be making noise. He'll be in the news doing something. His son was already in the news laughing at Nancy Pelosi's husband for getting beat up or something. Whatever happened, he got attacked or something. He was laughing about that and did an interview. So I'm just like, they're already starting, okay? Okay, and then we talked about Kanye's little comment about slavery and how that just keep coming up. And you know something else I'm seeing now, college dropout Kanye didn't sound like the Kanye now. College dropout Kanye sounded totally different. But now I'll just say this. He talked like he was from the hood or just an educated hood nigga, a little street, that type of thing. I ain't gonna say hood, but I'm gonna say just a little street, because I know his mom was a doctor, she was into education. So I know he didn't grow up, on the streets, in the streets, that type of thing. He probably have some hood knowledge, but he grew up from what I could tell, a pretty good household. Okay. But if you like Kanye goes live, he's been going live like every day. And if you listen to how he talks in that podcast, you'll be like, okay, who is this? And what have you done with Kanye? See, that's what a lot of people are thinking. Like, they're just like, what is going on with this dude? Okay. Ever since he got with them damn Kardashians, he done changed. But he sounds totally different, guys. And it's like, just the stuff that comes out of his mouth is just crazy. Just crazy. And then, of course, in conclusion, we talked about TakeOff and his untimely demise. I really wish that the same level of security that they would have in LA or anywhere else, that they would have had it in Houston when they were there. I really do. I hate that that young man's life was cut short. But God called him home. We can't argue with God. I know I'm not. But there are some people out there that think they can. and have to get showed up over and over and over again that your arms are too short to box with God. So on that note, I'm going to say, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed Loose Talk with Jade going off mute. I want to continue the Kanye talk because I just know it's going to be something in the nearest future that he's going to say that's going to hit the news. It's going to hit the media. So I'm going to go and do some research on Twitter, Instagram, and all the social media outlets to see what I can find. And I'll get back to you guys. But in the meantime, I'm going to call this a night and probably unwind, wait for the knock on the door. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining me tonight on Loose Talk with Jade, going off mute. You guys enjoy.